Live and alert. Let me get some shout outs here. Great morning, Damien. Great morning, Mommy. Great morning, Dion. Great morning, Misha. Great morning, Wilson. Great morning, Ronnie. Happy birthday to Ronnie. Happy belated birthday to Ronnie. Guys, give it up.
Birthday, Ronnie. Happy New Year.
I like how you say that, Dion. I like how you say that, King. All right, man, guys, we are back for another week, right? This is our company call. This is our time to go over our successes, our failures, right? Time for us to kind of self-reflect. And I'm happy to be with you guys today. Thank you guys for joining. It should be all of us on this call, but hopefully they'll catch our drift, right? With that being said, let's get right into it. You guys know how I like to start off this call with our 1K earners. Absolutely the backbone of this company. Why? Because here we're focused on financial literacy. We're focused on you being able to better yourselves and better your life. You know, inside of this business here, there's no other way, right? Why would you work this hard to stay the same? Why would you work this hard not to become better? And what better way to do that than to learn while you earn, right? So earning here is a big part of the puzzle here. So our 1K earner this week, and you guys don't get, you know, I want you guys to make sure that you guys give it up, right? Don't hold back is what I was about to say. $1,485.60. Lamisha P. Anderson. Guys, give it up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Guys, if you haven't noticed, B2B is on fire. She has cracked the code. And one of the best things about, seeing someone light themselves on fire and actually crack the code there is that, you know, you get a chance to see how you can go from zero to hero, right? When we started our B2B program, it was something that we had never embarked into, right? Literally, we had to learn new packages, learn new prices. It was the same Verizon, but much different type of program. And, you know, she was already excelling inside of residential. I'm talking about excelling every week, doing 10 plus sales each and every week, like clockwork. But then she had to start all over inside of B2B. And it was very stressful at times, right? Weeks where there's one sale, weeks where there's two sales, weeks where, you know, don't even want to go out, you know, but obviously went head on and persevered and cracked the code, man. And now we're looking at success at its finest to the point where, hey, you know what? It look easy, don't it? Right? But the idea is that you got to be willing to give up to go up. And that is so very important. And you know, if she could speak right now, she's on this call. If she could speak, I know that she would tell you guys the same thing. You got to be willing to give up to actually go up, right? Being on a learning curve hurts everybody. It hurts. It doesn't feel good to be on a learning curve. But you know, one of the things I've learned is to make sure that I stay on a learning curve, right? I heard something this morning. I was listening that success loves speed. And I believe that to be totally true, right? Because honestly, every time I think about me having to learn something new, I think about the fact that I have to make sure that I'm well equipped, that I have the tools, right? Just thinking back over the course of COVID, right? Which was a long process. It was very scary at certain times, right? But I picked up so many different skills, you know, and I've told everybody around me that we're going to learn more than ever at this point. You know, I sent a certain group of people to tax school just to learn taxes. I picked up and went across country and learned new programs, right? Because again, if you didn't pick up any new skill set in the midst of COVID, then, I mean, you did something very wrong, I believe, you know, which brings me to my message this morning, guys, right? It's just been a fantastic ride, man. And I really can't say that to you guys enough, man. And I hope that you guys feel the same way, right? You know, Dion, you've been here all year with us, man. I'm super excited about that, man. I'm ready for your explosion. I do call it an explosion, right? Damien, amazing job, man. You know, you've taken this thing and made it your own and really just put your own spin on things and kind of made, you know, it into the position that's for you now, honestly, right? Your checks are getting bigger. You're more consistent, right? We're not having the same conversations that we were having. And I can go on, guys. Wilson as well, you know, come a long way. Somebody that, you know, has worked on his attitude, worked on getting the things around him, getting his background clear so that he can stand at and be the forefront, right? Of something. And his leadership skills are coming so far. But you know, 2 weekends ago, I got a chance to spend a weekend with my two daughters, man. And if you guys know my story, right, which I publicize, I put out there as much as possible. Why? Because there's strength in it. There's strength in these struggles, man. And, you know, I got two kids, one 13 and one 2 years old now at this point. Well, it should be three, the 24th of this month. But I say that to you because I spent the weekend with my daughters down in Texas, man. And, my oldest daughter, there was a time where 2.5 years I spent, where I didn't get a chance to see my daughter. Her mother picked her up from school. I didn't even know where she was for the next 2.5 years because of her and her mother and I. And so it was an emotional time. And then my youngest daughter, there's a lot going on there as well. But I say this, right, because I got a chance to spend a weekend with them. And when I did, we were able to do whatever I wanted to do, you know, and it was like a blessing to me. And it was something that I've been thinking about, I've always been ready. You got to be prepared, right, for short notices, right? It was something that was opportunity that came up, and I took advantage of it. I didn't care what the flight cost me. I didn't care what the rental car cost me. I couldn't care about any of that, right? I needed to be there, and I needed to be with my daughters, and it was very important. And and when I thought about it, I become extremely grateful, man. I become extremely grateful, and I want to share that with you guys because it's all about the lifestyle that you create for yourself. There are going to be a lot of things that happen to you, right? But know that they happen for you, right? They don't just happen to you, they happen for you. And when they do, you need to be able to stand up to that challenge. And one of the ways you stand up to it, to that challenge, especially inside of life now, is to get your lifestyle. Understand what your lifestyle is. I'm not talking about the lifestyle that you may comes to mind at the top of mind where you're thinking about money and things of that nature. No, you need to be comfortable though. You need to be able to do the things that you want to do whenever you want to do them. You need to be able to take care of the people around you. You need to be able to protect at a moment's notice. You need to be able to provide at a moment's notice. You need to be able to be there so that people can see that you love them, right? And that's true love, right? It ain't about the money. It's about making sure that, are you there when they need you? And that's important, guys. And that to me is the lifestyle that I've always wanted to earn for myself. And this job gave me that. This position gave me that. From the first time that I was actually able to earn my first $1,000 check, I became a machine. I became a well-oiled machine because I realized all I need is me. All I need is me. And I'm gonna tell you something. It got some side effects to that type of. It got some side effects to that type of reasoning. By the way, right? Because for a long time, I didn't need anybody else, right? And when you don't need anybody else, you think you kind of distance yourself. And that changed. That changed when when I decided to start this company, because it went from, man, all I need is me, to now, I need others. Right. And that's something that I've struggled with. You're going to struggle with. I'm trying to put you up on game right now so that you guys can understand. You can be eagles right now, and fly high and soar and do your thing, right? Go to the field, get your sales and go back home. But there is nothing like, being able to join the pack and be able to help others, right? And be able to duplicate yourself, because there is a second income in that. And that's most important as well, because once you start to earn the lifestyle that you're proud of, you're not going to want to let it go. You're going to want to make sure that you're at the top of your game. You're going to want to make sure that you can provide more, right? That's exactly why I want us to be able to take company trips come the end of this year. We got to work hard for that, absolutely, right? But I'm willing to work hard, because when I think about a company trip, us in Vegas, up in Cancun, us in Mexico, wherever we want to go, right? I think about how hard we're actually going to have to work, but it's okay though, because I don't think of you. I think that you deserve it. So I don't pity you, right? I think that you guys are definitely worth it, and I want to make sure that we get there, right? And as captain of this ship, I'm definitely going to make sure that we hunker down, and we make sure that we put all hands on deck, both feet on the ground. Another thing I want to go over today is the fact that, recruiting is a second income, guys. Inside of this business here, right? You bring on somebody on board, you actually get what recruiters credit. You start to rack up those recruiter credits, or you got enough people looking up to you, people that you have actually helped inside of this business. Then at that point there, we start to look at you as your own independent business owner. And I can't wait to have that conversation with more of you, right? Whereas you get a chance to get the bulk of the commissions, you pay your people. Now, we're talking about a business, guys, that I was able to start debt free. I started in the field, right? I didn't have money when I came back to New York. This is just 3 years ago. And all this is documented. You can Google me, just Quincy J. Sims, see what pulls up, watch a lot of the videos there, because, there's a time and a point where you just think that, oh man, I can't do something. No, you can absolutely do it. but it starts with you. It starts with your mindset, right? You know, it starts with your beliefs, your principles, your morals, right? What are you going to accept? What are you not going to accept? Very important that I learned that. And when I learned that, I thought to myself, like, okay, great, I can go to the field, I can make money, right? And when I was able to make the money, all I needed was a certain amount so that I could cover my payroll. And I already had that. You know, I was doing that on a weekly basis, to be honest with you. And I knew I could just hire somebody else. Okay, great. Let me hire somebody else. Let me train them. Great. You know what? Let me make sure that their pay is on time. Let me make sure I got this. Okay, great. Let me hire someone else. I say this to you guys because I really want you guys to be inspired here, right? I think you guys need to understand that you got to be inspired before you ever retire, right? You have to, and you have to inspire others. It's an important piece to this puzzle. That's exactly why this company exists, because I know that there are plenty of people that want this position. There are plenty of people that we can help. And that's exactly what the goal is, and my reason why for doing this with you guys. So recruiting is a second income. I hope you guys don't have any questions about that. You know, the biggest thing that I see though is that I see where you guys may hold yourself back. And that's an important piece of this puzzle as well. Don't hold yourself back. You might say to yourself, well, I'm struggling. Why would I recruit anybody? And that's part of the reason why you don't recruit anybody, because people probably can honestly see where you're struggling with it. You don't think of it. You know, you're not taking something that's hard and making it look easy. And that's the goal of this thing, right? Don't miss what I just said. You got to take this thing that's hard and make it look easy, because everything that you think is easy is really hard, right? It's just the fact that somebody knew what the hell they were doing and made it look easy. Okay? Big difference. Anybody that you can think of right now, you might say, oh man, well, Elon Musk got it easy. He's a billionaire, one of the richest men in the world right now. You might say, well, he got it easy. No, he took everything that was hard and made it look easy. You might say to yourself, anybody, right? We can name anybody, man. You know, I heard somebody say earlier this week, oh, you're making, Misha, you're making B2B look easy. Yeah, absolutely, right? The award goes to the person who makes something so hard look so easy. And that's when you gain what's called a following. See, a following is a community of people that will follow you, and you can actually monetize it, right? If that's what you're looking to do. But one of the best things is helping others, right? But don't think that you're going to get that way just based on being who you are today. If you're not studying, shame on you. If you're not reading, shame on you. If you don't have a circle of friends that you discuss things with, shame on you, right? I think that it's very important. I'm scared of anybody that's not self-educating themselves right now, because again, how are you going to hold the conversation and you don't know what you're talking about? You got to light yourself on fire and start to kick ass out here. So recruiting is a second income. Now, with that being said, this is going to be a short call, guys, because we got a big day full of virtual interviews, and I'm super excited about that. I just want to make sure that I give her some praise. You know, Mommy has come aboard, right, and just started doing and just started taking on these virtual calls and making sure that the calendar is full, right? Her and Ronnie now at this point, and I'm talking about all day today, every hour. We have another applicant, and sometimes a half an hour apart. Every half hour we're scheduled. But today the calendar is full. What I'm trying to say is, and I just want to make sure, man, I give her some praise. Mommy, you have taken us to a next level. Last week we didn't have any virtual calls. This week here, you know, we're gonna hit 30. We're going to hit 30 virtual calls that are actually scheduled, and hopefully we can get at least 20 of those, right, on site, where I can actually visibly see occupants, employees that want this actual position. So with that being said, and just to finish off what I'm saying, right, don't think that the people that you recruit can't do this job just because you're struggling with it, right? Because I can tell you this right here, right? You just make sure that you say to somebody, hey man, I got this opportunity, right? It might be good for you, right? Because you never know who's going to be a hustler. If anybody would have put it on a lineup with Damien and some others, right, you would have never picked Damien. You know how I know? Because Damien came aboard with another gentleman by the name of Edwin, and Edwin was a talker. Edwin was somebody that looked at you, man, with all the confidence in the world and told you all about what he was going to do, his dreams and aspirations, you know, and hot air, right? And you know, but Damien is still here. Damien's still here kicking ass, and I bet overall, right, that Damien is making more headway in life, than Edwin right now, who's still trying to figure things out. And that's important to know, right? A lot of this time spent with you guys is me mentoring and me giving you exactly what I know. I'm totally transparent for a reason, so that you can feel that energy, even through this Zoom call. So guys, don't be afraid to recruit right now at this point, because it is a very simple process. And this is a position where you can make all the money that you need to make, even if you're going to use it to be a vehicle to your success, to the next level of whatever you're trying to do. Obviously, we have an 8 a.m. morning call, by the way, that I definitely must make sure that I bring up with you guys. These 8 a.m. morning calls, they're for you, right? They're for you. We're going to go over, we're going to get your mind right, and then we're going to make sure that we train. It's a 20-minute call, so it's very short, it's very brief, but I've learned that just taking 5 minutes out my day to study something increases me, enhances me. And not only that, it's like going to the gym. Just knowing I went to the gym makes me more powerful. Just knowing I went to the gym makes me stick my chest up a little bit more. And after a while, you start to see the results. And then you know what happened? I'm standing next to somebody and they say to me, man, you know what? I can tell you really working out. Right? It's the same way with your brain and the things that you put in your brain, right? If you're studying, they're going to look at you and they're going to say, you know what? I can tell you smart, right? And when people say that, that's the ultimate compliment. Why? Because that increases your following once again, guys. So very important. I just want to make sure that we go over those things, right? You know, as well as far as business matters of business this week here. I want everybody to take a close look at your numbers. Take a very close look at your numbers, right? And see whether you're up or down for the week. We're working on some new things, a new chart that really actually executes the money, because I want you guys to see as a dollar amount exactly what you guys are actually performing at. Meaning you only made one sale yesterday. I want you to know how much money you made yesterday. You know, you made 3 sales yesterday. I want to know how much money you made yesterday, right? Because I want you to be able to count it so that you can actually stick your chest out and let everybody know, like, man, I made $300 yesterday. What you talking about? You made 300 for the week. I made that yesterday, King. And that right there was a real reality inside of this business here. You can really cash flow yourself, you know, inside of this business. But more importantly, I just want you guys to make sure that you're also learning something. So with that being said, guys, you know, I won't hold you guys up anymore. I put on here tablet check for a reason, right? I want you guys to make sure, and in just a second here, I'm going to text over what I need from your tablet, right? I need for you guys to just send me over that from the back of your tablet. I just need to make sure that you still have the tablets, that the tablets are adding up. So I need to make sure that Dion has the tablet that we initially gave to him, right? I need to make sure Wilson has the tablet that we initially gave to him, so forth and so on, so that we got that documented as well, right? We're growing at this point and we need to make sure we take inventory of our tablets. These are all good problems, right? This is all a good conversation to have. But, you know, in closing, let me just say this. I hope that this call inspires you. I hope this call motivates you. I hope that this call says, I hope that this call wakes you up and says, you know what? I got to get on it. I got to create a lifestyle like Q says. I got to get me, right? No one's going to look out for me like I'm going to look out for me. It's a dangerous time out here right now. You know, I wouldn't rely on anybody's government. You know, I wouldn't think about anybody's economy other than my own right now at this point. And that's a scary thing, right? If you haven't been out here thinking and doing for yourself right now, but you know, you need to start looking at your earned income, start looking at what you got in passive income coming on, start to think about other investments that you got, not for you, but also for your kids, because a lot of us got kids on here. Shit, we could start a daycare with how many kids we got on here. I'm not talking about the parents. I'm talking about just the kids, man. We can literally start a bridge to gap daycare. So we got to think about that. We got to think about the future. So we're going to start to have more conversations around that as we start to grow. Guys, I love you. I'll speak to you soon. I'll see you in the field where we need it at. All right, guys. Later.
So today, y'all.